If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. So we're here in northwest Texas, just below the panhandle of Texas, near Lubbock, Texas. And reminds me of a TV show, Dallas. I talked about this a while back. You know, there's oil wells out there. It's just absolutely incredible. The thing that I was surprised by was the weather. And I feel like this is pretty typical weather about the wind. The wind is just, it's constantly blowing during daytime. Now at night it settles down a little bit. It doesn't feel near as bad at nighttime. And there's a huge swing in temperatures from the 2 days that I've been here. You know, it was 90 degrees the day we got here at 8 o'clock in the evening. But by morning, it was 56. So, I mean, that's a huge swing. Now, I feel like this is more like a desert-ish environment. It's very dry, no humidity. Carolyn was doing laundry yesterday, and she was able to get all the laundry finished, which is absolutely impossible living out here. If you have more than one change of clothes, you know, usually what we try to do is when we take our shower, after we take our shower, we wash our clothes. When you're out boondocking, you don't have any water. All you got is what you have on board. You don't do laundry. You wait until you get to a water source or you get to a laundromat. We got water, and so you do laundry until your drying line fills up. And so we hang a line from the mirror to the tailgate, and when that fills up, then we're done with laundry. Of course, you still got more laundry. Well, in humid states, it could take days. In Florida, it could take almost a week for your clothes to dry, seems like. Maybe 5 days. And then if it rains, then you're in more trouble. Well, Carolyn was able to do all the laundry. Now remember, we'd been camping without doing laundry for 2 weeks. So we had 2 weeks worth of laundry, and she was able to finish it all in one day. Because it's so dry here, she would hang the clothes up, and about 10 minutes later, they'd be dry. It's so windy and dry, and just suck that water right out of you. Well, the other thing you have to remember is while that's happening, it's sucking the water right out of you too. And you don't feel it. When you're in a humid climate, you know, you're sweating, you know that you're getting dehydrated, it's all over you. Well, here, you're still sweating, but the wind and the humidity, the lack of humidity, just sucks that water right off of you. And before you know it, your lips are dry, you don't even realize you're thirsty. You drink a bottle of water and you just suck it down. That's when you realize you're thirsty, is when you're actually drinking water. Carolyn and I normally drink about 1 gallon a day each. Yesterday, we drank probably 2 gallons of water each. We're really sucking down the water. When you come out to these dry, windy areas, and I hear Arizona's the same way, New Mexico's going to be the same way, you really got to have a huge source of drinking water. Now, I have real bad allergies, and in humid climates, those allergies just kick up a big time for me. I mean, huge. And I know what it is. It's black mold. I've gotten mold poisoning sometime in my life, and I've been real susceptible to allergies. And so I take an allergy medication every day to control the symptoms: watery eyes, itchy ears, itchy eyes, scratchy throat. Well, I got here, and I noticed that the allergies went away. Oh, wow, that was such a relief. But coincidentally, I actually feel worse out here than I do with my allergies. At least with allergies, I can control the symptoms. But here I noticed, last night I went to bed, I had a huge headache. And my nose was bleeding. I'm just not feeling well at all. And I mean, I knew what it was, is all this wind and dry air has just sucked the moisture right out of my sinuses. And it's cracked the membranes in my sinuses. And woke up this morning, I felt like I had a cold. And you know how you wake up with a hangover? Well, you have a hangover because you're dehydrated. Alcohol dehydrates you, and so you have a hangover. Well, this morning I felt like I had a hangover. But last night, this dry air just sucked all the water out of me. And so now I have a hangover, my sinuses hurt, I got a headache, and I feel just miserable. I feel like I got a cold. So these are the things that I don't think a lot of YouTubers tell you about, is that these different climates are going to have a huge effect on you. And I don't know if I ever will be able to deal with it, I'll be honest. I've learned to deal with my allergies. That took me years. How long is it going to take me to learn to deal with these dry conditions? So my suspicions are correct. All the time saying, come out west, come out west, come out west. And I always had this dread about it. And so I almost feel like, yeah, this is what I thought it was going to be like. Dry, windy. The wind is a double-edged sword. I really enjoy this cool breeze. I mean, it's really nice. In the mornings, you get up and it's just, I don't know, there's just a sense to it that I've never felt that I really enjoy. But on the other hand, it just knocks the heck out of you all day long. You can't do anything, you're fighting the wind. Hanging a sheet, we hung our bed sheets yesterday, and it took 2 of us, and it's just flapping in the wind, and we're trying to hold it on the line while we're putting clothespins on the line. So you just have to work harder at everything. As a matter of fact, me trying to hold the camera still right here, I have now noticed that, and I'm still talking about the wind, that it's bouncing all over the place, and you're probably going to see a very motion picture, so I apologize. The other thing is I'm really glad I bought the mic. My back is to the wind to try to filter that out, but it comes around inside my shirt here, and it has this, well, just this sound that the mic is trying to filter out. This also is going to require me to learn some new tricks that I'm not familiar with and not sure how I'm going to overcome them. Tonight we're supposed to get some serious storms again. And anytime I have a serious storm issue, I try to park my truck underneath trees to prevent the hail from beating the heck out of the trees. So you always find a good healthy tree to park under. Well, out here, there are none. I mean, I'm going to spin around just so you can kind of get an idea. This is kind of, I don't know what you call this, but it's more like a desert atmosphere. These are things that you need to consider when if you decide to come out here. Yes, traveling out here, and this is absolutely amazing country, and I'm glad I did it, but there's a huge learning curve for me that I'm going to have to learn and that you're going to have to learn. My understanding is it's actually going to get worse in New Mexico with the wind and the dry. Also, then there's the whole cold factor. I told you here it gets down to 56. Well, just north of us in New Mexico, I understand it just snowed. Of course, it's higher elevations there. These changing elements as you travel is going to have a huge effect not only on your physical well-being, but psychologically. Thanks for watching. Click like if you liked the video, and happy travels.